And that's a double for Gary to open the match. Chris Warren gets up on the right lane. Still has the gem in his hand. And he struck him. Chris Warren up on the left lane. Good looking ball. Oh, carries. Carries odd, but carries. Looked like it could have been a 7-9 for a minute. Something took the 9 out, then something shot across the deck and took the 7 out. Gary Faulkner threw one out there. It missed a little bit right, and he missed the head pin right. Again, remember, guys, we're on the fresh here. What's up, Johnny Huff? Bonus afternoon. Commentating. Gary just missed converting that split that he left there. He missed the head pin. Left the 10 standing. But honestly, the head pin wasn't far from hitting it.
It's like that much, but it's not wide open. No, we don't do the games no more. We don't have any more coke in the building. Yeah, we don't even make sense. I got you, Richard. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Gary almost just left a 10 pin there, and something bounced out of the gutter and took it out. Chris Warren up on the left lane. I'm kind of surprised at how far left he's starting this game. That was a good shot right there. That was a very good shot right there. There are a decent handful of people that are here that are going to bowl this tournament this afternoon, and it seems like there are a handful of guys from the senior tour that are going to stay and bowl it as well. See Ryan Waddell, one of our top finishers from the Southwest Florida Proprietors Tournament down there last week. Kind of wish I had some money in my pocket. I could gamble on some of these guys. I can't bowl. That was a very good shot by Chris Warren. Went up there and threw a double for those two shots. Gives him a four-bagger to start the match. Well, he had that split conversion in the first frame and then a four-bagger to follow it up. Gary Faulkner getting up on the approach on lane 8 right now. Threw a double and then had an open before he got back on the strike train. Ball was a little bit inside the whole way, and he's lucky to really only leave a 6 pin. Tom Hankey standing about 5-6 feet to my left. Collegiate national champion with Weber International. Tom Hankey loves this bowling alley. He won this tournament that we're about to start last month when we bowled. Granted, it was on a different pattern, but he's won a couple of these. Gary Faulkner converted that 9 spare, that 6 pin that he left, and he's up on the approach on the left lane right now. Good looking ball. Very nice, very nice. 7 pin goes out late. Ball might have been a little outside the target, but it reacted well. Folks, if you can, you need to stick around for the secondary tournament too. There's going to be some really good bowlers bowling in this thing. Like I said, Verity Crawley and her, I believe, boyfriend, unless they've gotten engaged since the last time I heard it, Christian are here. Don't even have a clue how to pronounce his last name, so I'm not even going to try to butcher it. I can't see how it's spelled either. There's a handful of these senior players that look like they're going to stick around and bowl. John Huff just walked in the building. Tom Hankey's here. Nick Larson's here. He just won our Southwest Riders Invitational Tournament last weekend in this building. Chris Warren left a 2-8 there in the 6 frame and just converted it. Chris Warren up on the approach on 7 right now after a 2-8 conversion in the 6 frame. That ball looked a little out, but man, it did react well. Came back and struck big time. All right, I got to stand up. I can't sit no more. Gary Faulkner up on the right lane. Still throwing that kinetic black ice. It's a good looking shot. Kicks out the 4 pin a little late. Very good shot for Gary Faulkner when he strikes. Chris Warren just got up there and buried another one with that gem. Chris is starting to look like Chris from yesterday. That's a good looking ball too. Get over there. Nope. He left the 10th in there. He's going to try to convert it. It looks good. Good looking shot. That was his 9th frame. Gary Faulkner's getting up on the right lane to begin his 9th frame. Chris can strike out for 247. Gary Faulkner has 244 left out there. So this is a 3-pin match, folks, as of right now. It's a good looking ball. Didn't do enough on the back end. He leaves a 2-8 in the 9th frame. It's not exactly what you want. Not exactly what you want when you guys already finished the 9th frame and you've got an advantage when you're ready. Converts at 2-8. Anything can happen here in the 10th frame. Get up there and make 3 good shots. At this point now, if he strikes out, it's 222. That was a good shot by Gary there. First shot in the 10th frame. Shots away. It looks a little in. Nice shot, though. One more will solidify a 222. And if Chris gets up there and strikes on the first shot in the 10th, it's basically over. I don't believe that Chris even needs a 9 spare to win. I think he can 6 spare and strike to win, if I'm not mistaken. That was a good ball, and this one's pretty much over. Chris Warren, I believe, is going to be moving on. Yes, he is. Chris Warren is moving on. Gary Faulkner is going to collect a check for $830, and Chris Warren is going to move on to bowl your number 2 seed, Emleto Monticelli. Same ball going down the lane for Chris. Got that one a little out and left a 2-8. I feel like he would have liked to have a fill ball to test something else, like maybe that proton physics or that Helios, but whatever. It is what it is at this point. That was that proton physics. So I'm sure he paid attention to how that ball went down the lane, even though he wasn't in position to necessarily throw a strike.
He gets 6 shots on the championship pair, and Paul Fleming gets 4 shots on the championship pair. Yes.
All right, so we're going to bring the number 1 and 2 back in. Amleto's going to get Amleto's going to get 6 shots. Amleto's going to get 6 shots on the pair. Paul's going to get 4 shots on the pair. Chris, the guy moving on from the first match, can practice on lane 9 if you like to.
He didn't do anything.
Bro.
Mike, you need practice on that lane. You need practice. I got it scored. Well, no, yeah, it needs to be set up with balls, not minutes. You get 14 balls. 15, 12 balls altogether. 6 and 4, 10 balls altogether. I don't know what it was either.
I think it was 6 and 4. Vince.
6 and 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's 10 balls. So 6 and 4.
Oh man, is that Joe Barton from Fort Myers? Joe Barton, how you doing? It's crazy how recognizable Amleto's style is. He puts that little logo on the left lapel of his shirt, and you can, obviously it's on his shirt, so you know who it is, but you could see that on a business card laying on a table, and he ain't even in the building, and you could know exactly who that is. So as Andrea, I believe, probably wife, Andrea, in the live chat while we were doing the match play, Paul has won some regionals before. I don't know if he's ever won any national titles on the PBA50 before. I'm sure Steve Taylor's going to tell us here in a second. But he has won some regionals, just not in this region. And I was unaware of the fact that they don't put your banner up. You don't, like if you're born in a different region, you've never won it before. Man, these guys like to give Amleto a hard time for quote unquote not being able to speak English. It's kind of funny. He speaks English perfectly well. I mean, I'm not going to sound like say he sounds like me.
Good luck, folks.
Amleto's going to start this match off on the left lane. And it appears he's throwing a track heat. I'm a little bit surprised that he's not throwing that damn good verge curl. He left a 9-pin on that shot. He converts. Chris is going to get up and start the match. Looks like he's pulling out the same gem that he started the first match, through the entire first match, really, with. Although that proton physics is still up there. Kicks out the 7 and kind of, to an extent, the 5 late. Shots away in the second frame. It's a damn good one. That's a double for Chris to start the game. All right, Amuletto's getting up in the second frame on the right lane. It's all good. I can see over his head. He's short enough. Amuletto's still throwing the heat. Blows that rack up. That was a track heat. A little bit, yeah. He hadn't really thrown it much all day. He started. He was throwing the power torque a lot, and then he went to a damn good verge pearl in the match play. Shots away. Looked a little out, left 2 pins. That should be a conversion. Yep. So Chris Warren is getting up on the right lane with a double to start the match. And Leto Monticelli has started the match spare strike spare. Chris is really starting to look like Chris from yesterday. Funny how it works. Shots away for number 4. Looks good. Yeah, crunch. Chris Warren all of a sudden looks like Chris Warren from yesterday morning. strike for Amaletto in the fourth. Good looking ball. Everything looked on target. Sent a messenger across the deck that he didn't really need to, but better safe than sorry. And he's going to step up on the approach on 7 here for the 5th frame here in a second. Trailing in the match a little bit. That's a good looking ball. Yeah, that one crunched him too. So that's a double for Amaletto. And he needs to put a couple more of those together, quite honestly. Because Chris seems to be on one right now. That's a good looking ball. Might be a little in. Doesn't matter. Crunch. It's firing on all cylinders right now. He's a cool customer walking back from the line, but it's like when he gets to this point right here, and then he's going to look up when the ball comes back, and now all of a sudden he's going to start operating quickly. Watch. Slide that ball around on his shirt, get the oil off of it, because who needs a towel? We're going to get up here. We're going to look at our target. And here away we go. That's a good looking ball too. Yeah, this dude's on one right now. This dude is on one right now. Amaletto's got to do everything he can to keep pace with this guy right now. A little out for Amaletto, and he leaves a 2-8. Is that Chris in the 80s? Oh. Chris against Amaletto. Really? Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. We're watching a YouTube video of Amaletto, Monticelli, and Chris bowling each other in the finals of a tour event back in the 80s. That's how far back these guys go together. All right, so Amaletto converted that 2-8 in the 6th frame. He's getting up on the approach on the left lane in the 7th frame. Desperately needing to basically strike out and hope that Chris loses his look or something.
She probably won't be here till around 6. But it's not full. You want the rest of the sausage yet?
Yeah, the rest of the sausage.
That's a good looking ball. Oh, and it hooked up and went early. That's going to be a 3-6-7-10 for Amaletto. His Lehigh Lanes Open final might be over in one game. And almost converts it the weird way. Leaves the 3-pin there and takes out the 6 and the 10, and then something went over and took the 7 out. So Chris is going to get up on the right lane, lane 8, perfect through 6. That's a ball, looks good. I was going to say it looks a little in, but not real sure it matters right now. I feel like this guy's just matched up right now. Got the right ball in his hand. He's in the right part of the lane. He's doing the right things with his hand. Up on the left lane for frame 8. Good looking shot. There he goes. There he goes. All right, Emilito stepping up on lane 8. He's got to strike out if he wants any kind of a chance, and he's got to for a miracle. He's down by 77 going into this frame. Good shot, throwing the heat still, striking the 8th frame. Puts him down by 67. The ball looks good. He almost leaves a 9-pin, topples it over. Seems like that lane might be starting to hook a little bit more than the other one. There he is. There he goes again. There's that man. Mommy. There's that bad man. Front 9 getting up on lane 7 to try and convert a perfect game. Shots away for number 10. It looks good. Kicks the 5-pin a little late, but it's over. Loving the shots away. It looks good. There it is. He's got the front 11, and he looks like that guy from yesterday again. Chris Warren stepping up on the approach on lane 7 to try and throw a perfect game in the semifinal match of the 2022 Lehigh Lanes Open. Shots away, and it looks good. There it is. There it is. He shot 300 yesterday in Game 3 of qualifying. Nobody else did it for the whole rest of the tournament, and he just did it again. And there's not a damn thing Emilito can do about that. Just a 300 game in the finals, that's all. You need to get through here, John?
I told Vinny he should listen.
That's exactly what I'm picturing. So Emilito converts the spare in the first shot in the 10th frame. Can throw a strike here for 201, but it's obviously not going to be enough as Chris Warren just shot 300. Little out, it's going to be 199. Very good tournament for Emilito. bowled well, held first place for a while in match play.
White Ball fans can't do any better than that. Let's give a hand to Chris Warren over.
So M. Leto is going to take home a check for $1,000. And Chris Warren is one rung away from climbing the entire stepladder to win this event. The winner of this event is going to take home a check for $2,500, and second place is going to get a check for $1,500.
Dude, last night, or not last night, I think it was practice or something. I just caught right here in the water.
Paul Fleming has just come to the pair, and he's don't know how many practice balls he's going to get, but he's going to get a handful of practice balls. I believe it's going to be, that it's going to be 6 total. And he can basically use them however he sees fit, really. Well, the board is telling me that there's 14 practice balls remaining. I don't know if he gets all 14 of those or not. I don't think so. I wouldn't be surprised if a handful of those are for Chris. Paul seemingly is also going to throw a gem. He was down there throwing it on the practice pair. He's been, well, I mean, he's thrown one shot on this pair, but he's also throwing a gem down there. I think the big thing that we're going to find out real quick is how much Paul can change Chris's look, if at all. I don't know if the microphone picked it up or not, but John Huff and I were just having a quick conversation just a minute ago about basically Chris just shot 300 in the semifinal game. He's still got another game left to win to try to win the tournament. Like, you know what that does to your insides, basically. You know, you get the adrenaline going, and you get, I don't want to say you get a little tense, but, you know, it's exciting. You know what I mean? This guy's been around a while. Don't be shocked if it doesn't bother him a little bit, but it'd be interesting to see if he can keep it going with the gem too. I mean, he didn't really had the chance to shoot 300. I mean, you can go ahead and grab whatever else you want to try in the fill ball when you got the front 11 if you want, but I think I'm going to go ahead and try and shoot the 300. Well, basically what I'm getting at is he doesn't necessarily really know what really anything else is going to do going down the lane. He didn't throw anything else in the fill ball. Jax Teller says gem ball good. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. It kind of looks that way. So tonight's event, it's going to start probably about an hour after we wrap this match up here, and probably I'd say this match is going to be wrapped up in the next 20 minutes.
This is the match on the one we had yesterday. Coming up to the final match right now. Let's give a hand to Paul Fleming. Texas has 6 regional titles and 1 doubles title. And just recently in Houston, Texas. He's holding the gifts. Right now, Mr. Chris Warren out of Grand Pass, Oregon. Good luck, Moses.
All right, they're fixing to get it on. Chris Warren looks like he's going to start the match on the left lane. Nope, my apologies. Looks like Paul Fleming's going to start the match on the left lane. It looks like he started with that RSTX1, not the gem. He struck, and it was a good-looking shot. Chris stepping up on the approach on lane 8 for the first frame. Ball looked pretty good, but it did start to hook a little early. Went through the face a little bit. 4-pinned. Leto, good bowling, my man. Chris Warren has started off with a double, but neither one of them's been the prettiest 2 strikes out there. First one was a little high and like chipped a 4-pin late. That second one was kind of a little bit of a light tickler and kind of kicked a 7-pin out late. Seems to be having some footing issues all of a sudden. Like maybe he might have stepped in a drop of water or something like that. That was a good shot by Paul on left 10 pin. Paul converts that 10 pin in the second frame. He's going to move on into the third frame on lane 7. Good shot, Paul. He buried that one. Chris Warren is on a run of 14 in a row as he steps up onto the approach on the right lane, lane 8. Shots away. It looks a little in. Either I saw it wrong or that was the adjustment because he buried that one. That one was a little in. It was almost a 4-6. Almost a 4-6 before the 6-pin got knocked out. All right, boys and girls, we've got us a very, very tight match here. Both players strike out. We're going to have a 279-280 final. Shots away from Paul. Looks up, goes through the face. He leaves a 3-6-10. It's hard to say one way or the other there. Did the ball just hook on him, or did he make a mistake in some kind of way, pull it in, or get around it too much, or what? That's a good-looking ball. Yeah, he buried that one. He buried that one. That was a good-looking ball. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's kind of one of the things that I was alluding to when we were getting into this match is he going to be able to stay with that ball the entire match? That was a good-looking shot, and it went in there, and it crushed the pocket and left the pocket 7-10. I don't know about you guys, but I can't help but think if he'd have had the opportunity to throw something different in the fill ball, would he even be in this ball right now? Or would he be in something like that proton physics or that Helios? All right, so he's going to step up on the approach on 7, trying to erase that 7-10 somehow. Or at least erase it out of his memory. It's a good-looking ball. It's a good way to erase it out of your memory. Although we know he hasn't. He's burning up about it right now. You see it in his face. Paul with the balk. Paul's buddy, look up. Paul Fleming's got a buddy that's kind of standing like right in front of me to the right a little bit, and he had his face in his hands like he couldn't watch when Paul balked, and I told him to look up. Good ball. Oh my goodness, and he's got the exact same result as Chris does. Good looking ball with a pocket 710. That's who's going to want to get up and throw another shot on that lane. That's really unfortunate. He really could have taken an opportunity there. Are you sure? That was a good recovery by Paul. I mean, that ball didn't look anything different really than the one that went down lane 8, the pocket 710, but he may be going for another ball. Yeah, he's getting that synergy out of his bag. Don't know if he's actually going to throw it down there, but it's definitely on his mind. He may feel like he needs it. I kind of feel like he needs it on the right lane. That was a good-looking shot by Chris. 5 fell a little late. So Chris Warren is working on a double, getting up on lane 7 in the 8th frame right now. Has what looks to be an 18-pin lead right this very minute. That was a good shot. Split the 8 and the 9. Paul is getting up on the right lane, and I can't tell if he grabbed that synergy or not. It looks that way. Nope, that's the X1 again. Flat-ish 10. Flat-ish 10, and he's going to need some help here. He's going to need to convert this and go over to lane 7 for the 9th frame and strike, and then hope, really. He hasn't done a single strike on the right lane yet, which doesn't bode well for the 10th frame because that's where he's at. Give me a microphone. Give me a microphone so I can come commentate. Can't fucking bowl.
We got the system too, it's 4 feet.
Yeah, give me a microphone. I'll be there. What time does it start?
I can watch right now.
I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it.
What, commentate?
No, the string bowling.
Oh.
Oh, I don't want to commentate. I've dropped the F-bomb many times.
I've done it once or twice today on accident.
This is what we have.
And Paul, I believe, is going to be out of luck here.
What's good about that is right off.
He makes that spare in the 9th frame, but going to do the math when the graphic moves out of the way. I think he can only max at 196. And Chris Warren does another strike here, and I think he's got 196. Looks good. Flat 10. Do the quick math. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't. I don't think he even really has to pick this up, considering he's got the 10th frame to bowl. But if he picks this up and throws one strike in the 10th, then he's locked him out. Good shot, Chris. That's going to basically do it, folks. That puts him at 195. He needs a pin to win. He's basically just got to keep it on the lane, and this deal's over.
Nobody will let you bowl. That's why, because you're probably.
And this is your 2022 Lehigh Lanes Open presented by DV8 champion. I know that shot wasn't the best shot, but that's going to do it. That's all he really needed. And he takes the 2 off. It's going to be a 211 total for Chris Warren. Paul Fleming is yet to finish. He's going to go ahead and grab the idle synergy and throw it down there. Learning opportunity, really. It worked.
Over there, back end arm. You gonna accommodate for
The one after this?
Yeah, I think it's cool.
The only reason I'm going to leave here is if one specific person calls me and tells me to come to your sister.
We have a lot of smoke is clear, and we have a new champion. Let's give us a hand to Chris Warren.
Chris Warren is your 2022 Lehigh Lanes Open presented by DV8 Bowling champion. That I believe is his 58th regional title. I'm sure you can hear, but they're clearing off all the pins right now. They're already getting the oil machine out here in a second. They're going to come out and run the oil machine and put the Mark Roth pattern out because all these folks that are here hanging out watching this deal, it looks like about 3/4 of them are fixing to do battle in another tournament that's going to start here in a few minutes. Steve Taylor is writing out the big massive check so that they can present the check and the trophy to Chris Warren. Paul Fleming's going to take home a check for $1,500.
Dennis Bush of Lehigh Lanes up here with a check presentation. First and foremost, our number 2, Samuel Fleming. Out of Fort Worth, Texas. Let's give a hand to Paul Fleming, the customary of the South region. Give you the microphone.
Thanks, Christine, and all people that came out to watch. This has been a great event. I went to go last year. Hopefully, this was nice to look for next week.
Oh, non-member, non-member. That's why. One cash.
All right, folks, well, without further ado, let's give a hand to Mr. Chris Warren. This is his 58th regional title, folks. Let's give him a hand to him.
Well, Chris, yes, thank you very much. Everyone, it's been a pleasure. We'll do this again next year. And maybe I can actually shoot 300 again. I mean, you know, there's still a couple more lanes. Yeah. A couple more bricks in the wall. But thank y'all very much. It's exciting. Needless to say, Paul and I just got lucky. But thank you.
Chris is trying to tell us all he got lucky. I'd say he whacked him. Yeah, he's 58th time he got lucky.
Like a ball with you.
No, he bowled great.
It wasn't for 50 years.
All the fans want to thank everybody for showing up this weekend. Well, it's a Saturday, it's a Sunday. I'm used to being here on Sunday to doing this presentation. And thank everybody for doing this with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Chris Warren, for doing a great job.
Featuring Verity Crawley.
Wish everybody safe travels, and also see they got the tournament there this evening. So good luck, bowlers, for that. And thank you, everybody, for bowling with us this week. Good luck, and thank you from the PBA much.
All right, boys and girls, that's going to wrap it up for the 2022 Lehigh Lanes Open presented by DV8. But we do still have more bowling going down. They got the oil machine coming out right now. They're putting it on lanes 1 and 2. Looks like they're going to burn 1 and 2 and then oil the Mark Roth pattern, 42-foot pattern. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how many bowlers yet we're going to have. We got some local guys
It's
here.
going to be 36.
Is it going to be a full 36? They filled it up at 36. Scott Cobb's in the field. Ryan Waddell, I see down there, finished pretty high in the Proprietors Invitational last week. Did you make the cut in the Invitational last week? No. Yeah, what, 1 and 2?
I was close 97 after 4.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan Waddell, I believe, made the show last week. I believe he finished in 5th place. Yes, he lost to Stouffer in the opening match. Finished to 5th place. Our champion from last week, Nick Larson is in the building. We've got Tom Hankey that's in the building right now, former collegiate singles and team national champion with Weber International. A bunch of the Weber guys are here. I saw AJ, I believe his last name is Wolfenstein, is in the building, as well as some other Weber guys that I know have gone to Weber. I just don't know their names. Wayne Topolin, who is our first guy out of the cut. Okay. Yeah, cool. Wayne's going to cut it off, and we're going to switch. We're going to unload this. We're going to shut this stream down. We're going to start it back up in probably about 10 or 15 minutes for the sweeper. So I'm going to sign off and go outside and warm up for a little bit, and we'll see y'all in a little bit.